I'm asking, should Kemi Badenoch step down? The former Brexit Minister David Frost has urged Kemi to pull out of the Tory leadership contest so that she can bolster, or her people can bolster, Liz Truss's position. Now, Truss was picking up support from the Tory right after the Attorney General Suella Braverman was eliminated from an increasingly bitter leadership. And writing in the Daily Telegraph, Frost said, Kemi and Suella Braverman set out convincing programmes with differing emphases for change. But Liz's depth of experience, her energy and ideas, as well as the simple fact that she has the most votes of the three, put her in the lead. And it is now time for pragmatism. I urge Kemi to stand down in return for a serious job in a Truss administration. But Badenoch's campaign, however, said that she was in it to win. So for the Great British Debate this hour, I'm asking, should Kemi Badenoch step down? Right, I'm joined now by Lee Anderson, Conservative MP for Ashfield, and is backing Kemi. Now, Lee, it's tactics in a way. I mean, possibly, in your view, who would be the worst person to become the leader? I mean, they're a great bunch, but the worst out of the ones that are left.
Well, they are a great bunch now, and I'm not getting to games, picking the best and the worst. I think Kemi is by far the best candidate. That's why I'm on her campaign team, and that's why I've been campaigning vigorously for Kemi all week. Look, she offers something different, something new. She brings something new to the table. She's not tainted by being in cabinet, and she's got a great backstory, supremely intelligent. She calls out this wokery nonsense. She gets it. She gets that people are struggling. She's not been born with a silver spoon in her mouth. And you know what? When this lady speaks at the dispatch box, the hairs on my neck stand up. She's absolutely superb. And I think people like Lord Frost should give her a break. Let's not try and rig this contest. Let's have a fair crack of the whip. I think Kemi can win this. I think she's got a great future ahead of her. And you know what? I've spoken to her all week, every single day this week, and she's buzzing. We're buzzing. There's a great buzz around her campaign team, and we're on the up because she got more votes again. And I predict, this is my prediction for this weekend, the British public will put Kemi at the top of the polls when they see her in action on the live TV debates.
It'll be something to see, won't it? Because she is excellent. I mean, I didn't know much about her until I started watching a lot of her debates and realised how she just goes straight in for the jugular. And I love to see people who debate in that manner. But let's be honest, the two candidates who are leading the race, so-called leading, so potentially Rishi, because he's got the most votes, and also Penny, they are more left of the right of the party, right? So some of the things that they may want, I mean, for example, Penny did talk about a trans man being a man and a trans woman being a woman, and I don't suppose you agree with that. So would it not be better for for Kemi's supporters to back Liz Truss so that we don't end up with a left right?
I think what's got to happen now, and I think MPs in our party, and we've got to have an honest conversation with ourselves as to what is best for the party and what is best for the country, and who can unite everybody across the parliamentary party and the country. And I think Kemi offers that. Like I say, she's relatively unknown. She comes with no baggage at all. She's absolutely superb at calling out any nonsense within Parliament or within the country at large. She calls out the left and the mainstream media. She has this honesty about her. Sometimes it's an uncomfortable honesty where she gives direct answers to direct questions. Some people don't like that, but I tell you what, the great British public will love that.
Well, I like that. In fact, she sounds like a woman after my heart. Listen, Lee Anderson, thank you so much. Always a pleasure to talk to you. He's the Conservative MP for Ashfield. He's backing Kemi Badenoch. Right, I'm also joined now by Alberto Costa, Conservative MP for South Leicestershire. He's backing Penny Mordaunt. OK, so, Alberto, come on then. Why do you think that Kemi should back down so that perhaps some supporters could go elsewhere and maybe it might be easier for Penny to win? What's your view?
Well, firstly, good afternoon, Nana, and forgive me for my voice. I've been speaking to so many MPs that my voice has been partially lost, but thank you for inviting me onto your excellent programme. Look, Nana, for me, it's really quite simple, and I agree with Lee and the comments that he made at the outset about not engaging in blue and blue. We've got a really rich talent panoply of Conservative candidates, but for me, as the longest serving MP on the Committee on Standards, what we need to do as a Conservative and Unionist party is quickly re-establish the trust in the British electorate. And when I looked at all the candidates, I asked myself that question: who can restore good governance? Who can bring about a properly functioning British-style cabinet government? And who can give faith and trust back to the British people with their governing institutions? And poll after poll over the last few days shows that Penny Mordaunt is head and shoulders above all the other candidates to restore trust, not just in England, but in Scotland, Northern Ireland, and in Wales. And look,
Alberto,
the straight choice is this, and I want to see the Conservative Party win the next general election, and I think we can only do that.
Sorry. Can I just stop you there, just very briefly, because Lord Frost said that his direct experience of working with Penny as a notable duty on EU issues in 2001 was that she was quite absent on parade. So this doesn't sound great. And then there's also the comments about the trans issues as well. A trans man is a man and a trans woman is a woman. And she definitely rolled back on that. I mean, I heard it and I heard both comments. And that won't really go down well with anyone.
So Penny and I and all on the campaign team, Penny's campaign team, have nothing but the utmost respect for Lord Frost. And what we're not going to engage in is blue on blue. Penny is a fighter. She fought for Brexit. She did not resign from the government. And she's continuing to fight for the best deal for Northern Ireland and the whole of our United Kingdom in respect of the ongoing issues with the EU. She is the best placed candidate to lead this country, and she's grateful for the support shown from colleagues across the public, private and charity sector, as well as from the military. So for those reasons alone, Nana, I would encourage you to give Penny a good look as well. And ask yourself,
I'm looking very closely.
She's the best place to support and trust the British electorate.
Alberto, I'm looking very closely at that. But for somebody with a voice that's going, you managed to get quite a lot in. That's Alberto Costa, MP. Thank you very much. He's an MP for the Conservative Party, South Leicestershire. He's backing Penny Mordaunt. Right, also, I'm joined now by former Labour advisor Scarlett Maguire to get her thoughts on this. Scarlett, all right, so the Labour Party, they seem to be demanding as though they really want an election, but they don't. I think they're doing a bit of a Nicola Sturgeon there, saying she wants a referendum when she knows she's going to lose. But what do you think, then? I mean,
hold on, Nana.
I thought you let me get away with that. We've only got a minute, Scarlett.
I think if we had an election now, Labour would win it.
Really?
And that's what the Labour Party thinks.
Against all of the candidates? Against all of the candidates?
Against any candidate, yes. I mean, if we had... I mean, I think that whoever wins should put themselves up for election. I mean, so that we know, so that the country knows. Because actually, what's really interesting about these candidates is nobody knows very much about what they're going to do.
Well, nobody knows what they're going to do, but then nobody knows what anyone's going to do. You don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what you're going to do, Scarlett.
Yeah. Okay. So Nana, as you wanted to talk to me about Kemi Badenoch,
yes,
I looked her. I mean, I've been looking up at what she said, and actually, she's a bit of a muddle, right? So on the one hand, she's the sort of person you like. She's weaponizing war on woke, though I would say that she doesn't actually understand that the critical race theory is actually very complex rather than easy. But on the other hand, she wants what the Labour Party wants, which is an emergency budget. She wants to bring forward the rise in universal benefits, and she wants to bring forward the rise in pension credits. So these are two things that aim at people who either work part-time or don't work. Right. It's quite interesting that on the one hand that you call her a right-wing candidate, but actually, what is she? We really don't know.
Well, yeah. Well, one thing's for sure. She probably knows more about critical race theory than you. Scarlett Maguire, thank you so much for joining me. She's a former Labour advisor and also a writer. Always a pleasure to talk to you.